Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to play ISO on Ascent, and we will start right here when we are attacking. So first of all, if you are trying to rush, I would recommend you to use your ability like this, so that anyone right here is concussed. So you wanna do this, you wanna do it, you can activate your double tap, and then you can push. When you are following this up, just simply you wanna try to make sure that these enemies usually they will be playing at the gen, so that they are vulnerable there, and as you can see it's gonna reach all the way to heaven. So you do it like that, you send the wall to the right, and you can clear this. You wanna clear the close corners, and you are still hiding behind the wall. Usually these two spots would be smoke, and you would be gaining some info by some Sova arrows, so you would have idea where the enemies can be. But very simply, just send your wall to the right, so you can hide behind it, and then you can clear those close right corners while also clearing the left. And also don't forget to have your double tap activated. Great thing on A is that you can use your ult anywhere right here, anywhere in a safe spot. So you can use it like this, so that way you cover this most common spots on A, and then if you have a Sage, she can even revive you here, or your teammates can just simply push while you are at it. So you can firstly use this, so that the enemies are at least vulnerable, and then you can ult. And this would grant you usually at least a 1v1, and in the meantime your teammates can push and trade on the guy who would be hit anywhere on the site. You can use your vulnerable in the boss plant as well. When you are under heaven, just simply use it like this, so that way anyone right here is vulnerable, and then you can try to spam them through the floor right here. Another way how you can use your contingency or your wall while entering is by simply doing this. Just simply send it towards the generator, and you can go to the left, so that way you are covered for a bit from these spots. Of course you can do it for this spot, so that way you are covered from heaven or from the dices or anyone picking you there. So definitely use this, it gives you a lot of cover. This wall can work very well also on mid, so you can do this and just go behind it, so that way you can pick short, but have in mind that this wall will end right here, so that way the enemies can pick you after that. So it is also another way. However, from short it is much better. As you can see, you can do this, making cover, just simply send it there, and you can try to peek the left side, while you don't have to worry about anyone picking you from short. Once again, if you use this first, then your wall, the enemies would be vulnerable for a bit. If you are coming to B, you can use your undercut right here, so that way anyone picking you would be a 2-shot into the body, or just simply it's much better on the pistols, as you can see, since you don't have to do that much damage, and your ghost works like a sheriff. When you are entering, just simply you can use your wall a little bit to the right like this, so that way you can be picking slowly, and you don't have to worry anyone to pick you from the spawn. You can also send it to send it to market, and then try to pick it, and once again you don't have to worry about the spot. Definitely always when you are entering or going to the site, equip your double tap first, so that way you have the option to shoot the little target that appears on anyone who you kill. Of course you can also, upon entering, use your concuss on these spots like this. Not concuss, I mean the undercut. Destabilizing. So that way you can try to even wallbang, and it would be quite easy to get a kill on anyone standing there, or even enemies right here. Once again, once they get vulnerable, and it will be easier for you to enter. Ulting on B can work quite well as well, since as you can see, if you would do it at this spot, it would get most of the spawn and anyone in these spots, which are very common for defenders to play. So if you get the info, once again your Sage can revive you, even if you die right here, or the enemies can trade you, since you remove one enemy from the site. And of course, if you are in a post plant, you can be always sending your overcut in any of these spots, so the enemies are much more scared to push you for a bit, and you can win some valuable time for your team. Moving on to A, when you are defending, I would say one of the best ways how you can support your teammates by using your util like this, so that way they can use, for example, Ray Snake, or Sova can use Shock Dart, so that way you can get free kills on anyone standing there. And of course, if you are defending, very simply, the enemies are about to push, just simply send this, and you can and you can just simply peek into it and spray through the smoke onto the enemies who would be vulnerable.
Stopping fire.
Of course, you can use your wall so that way you give yourself an advantage, and you can peek the enemies as well from various corners behind the wall. Once again, you can even try to use your ult right here, so that way you hit anyone in A main, or more optionally, would be much better is if there's anyone planting the spike, you can try to get them off the side and win some time for your team, since they would have to plant again. So if they are low on time, this can work very well, and your teammates can push in the meantime. And if once again, if you die, you usually get traded, since enemy would appear at the spot where you took him from. You can use it, for example, from here or into the under, so that way your teammates can push, and the enemies once again are gonna be vulnerable. You can even spam them from if you know that they are under heaven, and it would be much more simple to get a kill like this than if you were just simply spraying that. You can even play aggressive in A main by simply firstly activating your double tap, using your wall, and you can just go behind it and try to catch anyone off guard. Once again, you can even combine it with your vulnerable enemies would usually fall back, and be much harder for them to hold this. And if you have your teammates, for example, Breach or Omen, to flash this, it would work absolutely great. One of the best things that you can do, for example, in B main, I would say, is where you can take advantage of these spots. As you can see, you can vulnerable this whole area, and if you hear them, you just use this and spam with your Odin through the wall, and it would be usually super easy for you to get kills. You can even try to ping at the beginning of the round, so that way you know where you should be aiming between those two dots. Simply use your undercut, and then you can spam from the left to right, so that way anyone can die at these spots. Of course, you can be even playing market, waiting for enemies to come in. If they are about to push, just simply once again make sure that they are vulnerable. If there is smoke, you can try to spam it, or if you have an Odin, once again you can shoot through the wall quite deep, as you can see. One of its strengths is that you can be also pushing, for example, mid, just like this. Simply send to your wall, and you can be trying to beat these spots and get yourself in some interesting positions where enemies don't have to expect you. And this can work very well. For example, if the enemies are in front of B, once again simply do the wall, they cannot see you from top mid, and you can peek the tiles. In a great case, you would have someone peeking also from here with you, so that way you have an advantage on mid. And of course, when you're defending, just simply make sure you use your vulnerable when the enemies are pushing. You can be standing pretty much anywhere on B or even on A, and this can work very well. It would at least delay the push, since enemies usually wouldn't want to push when they are vulnerable and easy to kill like that. Of course, always activate your double tap if you have it. It can work fine. You can get some free kills in these spots, and you can get lucky and also take the little plate that appears above them if you kill them. And of course, your ult works great in B main as well. You can use it from the safe spot. You can catch anyone who'd be even all the way deep, right there. Or if they are planting, just simply use it onto the side. As you can see, once again, you can get the planter, and your teammates can push in meantime. Use your vulnerable first, so that your teammates are in advantage if they are about to push them. So definitely this works great. Definitely I would recommend to use this character. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.